Hi, I'm Karl van Gelder, broadcaster for Florida Southern Athletic Communications, here with Coach Mo Triner of women's softball. Coach, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
And Coach, last year we saw some major improvements from this year's junior class. And among those were a number of hitters improving and pitchers. Talk about how you're looking to continue that improvement this year.
Honestly, throughout the fall, everyone's been pretty adamant and very strong-willed to make sure that they're pushing each other, they're getting better, they're doing all the little things that we need to do to put us back on the map a little bit. Last year was a little bit of a rough year, but we've kind of pushed that in the hindsight, and we're just trying to focus on getting better every day and making sure that each of those kids pushes everybody else too.
Even though last year may not have went as expected, you guys still picked up a handful of big wins against Wilmington, the number 6 team in the country, one of the biggest wins in a while for the program. Talk about what wins like that do to help you guys grow in that confidence.
I think that the biggest thing is it lets them know that we do have the talent, we do have the ability to be very good. Whether or not we come out and put it out there every day, that's on us to figure it out. You know what I mean? We go out there, at practice every single day, and we compete and we push each other, and we play like it's the number 1 team in the country every single day we go out there. So I feel like we're putting ourselves in a good position to be extremely good. And we just need to make sure that, mentally we kind of just keep that even keel and the calm during the game so that we don't destroy ourselves.
You guys will definitely be cool, probably a little bit chilly when you start the season. You'll be on the road, might see some snow. Talk about what having that trip will help do for the team.
That's why we have no sleeves on today, because we're mentally preparing for this weekend. It's going to be super cold. We've been talking about it for weeks now. The girls know that it's going to be cold, and it's one of those things where if you put it in your mind that it's cold, you're going to let it affect you. We're going to do everything we can to stay, in a good kind of state of mind to where our minds are warm, but our bodies might be a little chilly, but we'll be bundled up, don't you worry.
Then you guys will be returning home after that to hopefully some nicer weather, and you'll be playing some really good opponents even before conference play. Talk about how building that resume really helps you guys in the toughest conference in the country.
Right. I feel like, it's tough to do our schedule, one, because our conference schedule is so tough, so we try to go out and get the best competition that we can to play before conference starts, so that when we jump into our conference season, that it's just, okay, we've already played those tough games. We know how to compete. We know how to kind of push through some things.
And I mentioned earlier on how we saw a lot of growth from this year's junior class, and 2 of the players I really want to highlight in the outfield is Gabby Young, who's been excellent, as well as Kate Michael, who have both made big jumps not only in the batter's box but defensively. Talk a little bit about the growth you've seen from them.
Kind of like their freshman years, they both got kind of thrown into the fire. They both played a lot as young student athletes, but I feel like they have upped their game because they expect perfection every day. And, sometimes we have to reel them in a little bit because it gets to the point where it's too much, you know what I mean? But they've done a great job. They're both great leaders. Sometimes a little bit quiet, but they lead by example rather than, having a big voice. So that's been super helpful. They just go out and compete every day, and they give it 100%. And when people see them doing that, they want to do it too. So it's kind of cool to watch.
And it's super important to have that homegrown talent, and you guys have done a great job of really recruiting the high school ranks, even in the transfer portal era. But you've still been adding through the portal. Talk about those off-season additions.
Oh, we have half a team is new, so
yeah.
This fall was a lot to try to get the new kids with the returners to kind of mesh together, and I think the girls have done a great job. They really have. They worked hard to get to know each other. They worked hard to learn everybody's tendencies, those kind of things, and our younger class is solid. I really enjoy them. They're fun to be around, and they work hard. So they compete, and they put us in a position to do all the really good things.
And Coach, last but definitely not least, it takes a lot to support a program. Are there some people and supporters you'd like to thank for everything that they'd help out with?
I mean, you have. Honestly, to throw out names is hard for me, but anybody that's donated to our program means a lot to us. We've had people who have donated their time. We have people who've donated money. We've had people donate, things and meals and all those kind of things. The parents have been amazing. So, I would just like to thank anybody that has taken the time, taken money, taken the effort to come support us. People that sit in the stands when it's freezing cold outside. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate you.
Well, Coach, thank you, and go Mocs. Excited for the season.
Thank you. Go Mocs.